Welcome to IGTV. I'm Angeline Ong, and this is your special look ahead to the 23rd of February, Friday. Now, the weekend is almost upon us. We've had a really busy week with NVIDIA's stellar earnings and outlook, and also the FOMC minutes, which suggested the Fed is in no hurry to even talk about a Fed rate cut imminently just yet. Fed futures, indeed, the market's now dialing back expectations for that first rate cut to June is the latest that I've seen. Ahead of the session on Friday, we'll get the GfK consumer confidence print from the United Kingdom, and also look out for numbers out of Germany. This is the final print of its Q4 GDP growth rate. What's perhaps more interesting is the IFO business climate reading, especially after recent PMI numbers suggest that things might be starting to pick up. Certainly, the Baker Hughes oil rig count will be one to watch. The oil rig count has been going down steadily recently. Oil prices still very much linked to the supply picture more than demand. However, the weak demand from China has been one thing that's been putting pressure on oil prices recently. In terms of earnings, we've got Standard Chartered out with full year earnings and a very busy week for banks. We've had Barclays out, Lloyds was out today, and also HSBC as well. Investors focusing there more on its shock announcement to do with China rather than its record earnings. Just taking a look at Standard Chartered's shares for you, because this is the daily chart. And as you can see there with my green line, that there is a strong sort of downward trend taking place there. And 572 is where I've drawn the point of support there. It's tried to test, or rather it has tested the support twice recently since January this year, but has not broken through. However, as you can see there, I've drawn this wedge for you. If we see further downward momentum, and we see that it touches a third time, that will be a confirmation of a trend, especially if we have higher volumes. And that might mean that we could see this downward trend continue. The other one that we're looking out for on Friday, on a relatively quiet trading day after what we've seen this week, is Allianz. And Allianz is out with full year earnings. Allianz shares also an interesting one. This is a daily chart for you. As you can see there, since September, I've drawn an upward trend line there to show you what's been going on. It broke through that trend line sometime in the middle of October 2023, consolidated in that area before breaking back up above that line around the middle of November. What's key here is that it has continued to move higher and making higher highs since then. And as you can see here, if I can show you on my chart, a good indication, it's always the power of three, isn't it? So if you look at my arrows here, that's the first high, that's the second high. And if we get a confirmation of a third high, it could mean that the upward trend remains in play. And that's your latest on your look ahead for Friday, the 23rd of February. I'm Angeline Ong. This is IGTV.